Hi, everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terrence Scardino. The week begins on Monday, March the 22nd. And if you're in the northern latitudes, we're in the new spring season, and this is spring fever abounds. And we'll see this with Venus, the planet of pleasure and love and romance, is going to align with the Sun in Aries. And at the end of this week, on next Sunday, is a full moon in Libra. Libra is the sign of relationships ruled by Venus. And during that full moon, Venus is influencing the full moon. So there's a lot of love in the air. It's great for socializing with social distancings, of course. Venus is also the planet of creativity and the arts, and also beauty. And this might also be a time of wanting a makeover, new clothes, new hairstyles, or seeing the doctor, and maybe having a little touch up here and there to look and feel more attractive. So this is this really great energy overall this week, starting with Monday, the 22nd. The moon, which sets the public tone, is in Cancer. Cancer's more domestic, reflective, wanting to stay closer to the home and family. The public tone is more sensitive, more emotional, being in Cancer. At the very end of the day, like 10 to midnight, Pacific daylight time, the moon will be in harmony with Neptune. So for much of the world, you'll be sleeping. But Neptune is the planet associated with dreams. And having the emotional moon in harmony with the Neptune, there might be some very vivid dreaming. Tuesday, now the moon is going to be void, of course. Remember, the moon is no longer making any aspects to other planets while it's still transiting through Cancer. It is going to be void, of course, from 8:26 a.m. Pacific time to 2:56 p.m. Pacific time. Then it goes into fiery, outgoing, extroverted Leo. Leo and Cancer is so different. Cancer wants to be more reflective, stay more private, turn more inward. Then the moon goes into Leo and the world just wants to get out there and enjoy life and socialize. During the moon void, of course, the energy is flat. So it's just keep doing what you're doing, but there's not enough supportive energy to launch any important major new projects. Now, Mercury, discerning communication Mercury, will be in conflict to Mars. This might happen 4 times a year. Mars is that impatient warrior energy. Mercury to Mars on the positive could be a day of a lot of mental activity, a lot of running errands, where your mind is just coming up with all these ideas, a lot of conversations. But you got to be careful, especially with the moon void, of course, for most of the day. The Mercury to the Mars, there might be some ego disputes, some irritability, some jumping of the gun. But if there's been any relationship problems, when the moon goes into Leo, 2:56 p.m. Pacific time, it's going to be in harmony with loving Venus and the Sun. And so that's going to be particularly strong, right? 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening for a couple of hours. Great for having a romantic dinner if you're still awake. But if you had any disagreements and tension and disputes during the day because of Mercury, Mars, then this in the evening, there could be a time of forgiveness. Or if you are in, let's say, living on the East Coast of the United States or in England or France, you could then be realizing while you're sleeping on it that you're going to wake up and want to forgive. Wednesday, the moon is now in that extroverted, outgoing Leo. But it's going to be in tension with liberating, rebellious Uranus, 7 to 9 a.m., and then opposite restricted Saturn from about 10:30 to 12:30 p.m., all Pacific Standard Time. This moon to the Uranus-Saturn can trigger a lot of unstable, unpredictable energies. It's not the best energies to be having a business meeting, applying for a job, or having a major meeting discussions. There's too much push and pull. Thursday, the moon will go void of course, giving this flat, unproductive energy again from 6:28 a.m. to 8:26 p.m. So it's like 14 hours. That's all Pacific Standard Time. So at 8:26 p.m., it then goes into Virgo, more practical, pragmatic, sensible Virgo. So with that long day of the moon void, of course, just stay the course, stay in the routine, keep doing what you're doing, good for resting, good for introspection, not so good for launching any major new projects. Now, Venus, the planet of love and harmony and charm and diplomacy, will be crossing the sun. Now, that's from about midday Pacific time into the first half of Friday Pacific time. But probably best after the moon goes into Virgo, as I said, in 8:26 p.m. Because then you can you can all be on the same page and without feeling unfocused with the moon void, of course. When Venus is aligned with the sun is energizing Venus, love, socializing, creativity, and forgiveness. So that's late Thursday, the first half of Friday. Also, from a late morning, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. approximately Pacific time, the moon is going to be in harmony with Uranus. That can really get you out of your rut, shake things up, help you be, want to, engage in more interesting activities with the sun, Venus, feeling really sociable and really charming. Saturday, now the moon, continuing in practical Virgo, will be in opposition to Neptune, 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. That could be where we're feeling out of focus, we're confused, we're feeling like we're in a fog. Later in the day, the moon will be in harmony with profound Pluto, transformational Pluto, till about 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. So any kind of misunderstandings, feeling disappointed, confused earlier in the day with the moon to Neptune, now with the moon to Pluto, you're able to have a more heartfelt, profound connection. And it's ideal for counseling. So that ends Saturday. Sunday, now we have the full moon in diplomatic, charming, sociable Libra, being aspected by Venus, the planet of love, and supported by Saturn in a positive way. So when Saturn is positive, it gives stability. So this full moon on Sunday, lingering into those next couple of days, is very favorable for all kinds of relationships and also financial relationships or making money. But the full moon will just bring everything that has been hidden to light. It's a time of culmination. Sometimes the full moon can shake up and break up relationships. But this overall, for the world, it's being supported by Venus. So love is in the air. Spring fever in the northern latitudes. Before I sign off, I want to remind you I'm available for a one-question offer for a nominal fee. To order it, go to the front page, astrologyanswers.com. At the top, you'll see a tab marked Advisors. Click on it, scroll down till you find me, and that's how you can submit your question to me. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.